Before learning about Black Legacy Collective, have you heard of an organization in Ottawa doing that kind of work geared towards bringing education from that 17th to 19th century to schools?
Not at all. I
No?
think it's a wonderful initiative. I grew up in Ottawa, and the first time I was exposed to Black history, Black Canadian history, was in university. And I did a major in history
Okay.
at University of Toronto, and it's my history too. I have deep Black Nova Scotian roots.
Okay.
And so even knowing about it as much as I did, I didn't have an opportunity to really learn about it and study it until I went to university.
You know, especially in my area, I have a lot of French diaspora, so I have a lot of Francophone, Haitian, Cameroonian, etc. And I think it's important for them to learn, like the Black history in Ottawa is not just their settlement, it comes way before that. And, there's a whole history there that needs to be taught and told. And, it's great that we have a month dedicated to that, but it should kind of be all year.
When you were in school, what kind of Black history did you learn?
Yeah, we don't really learn about the history before the 19th century. We only focus on the pre and the post colonization era. So we don't really go back to the 17th, 18th century.
We learned about the Underground Railroad. We actually learned a little bit more about the Francophone settlement in the Detroit area. There's actually a movement right now to try to bring more French to the Detroit area. But I'll be honest, Canadian history, not so much. That is for sure.
I did all my school in Ottawa and mostly in Oakville, Toronto. And we didn't learn much, really. We learned about the Underground Railroads, but luckily for me, I had very educated parents. So they at least told me enough about that. But besides the comment that Nova Scotia was the first settlement for Black people, we really didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it's interesting to sort of reflect on how long my family has been in Canada and how hardworking and how wonderful they are and how little we own still. Like being able to sort of recognize the history and understand that as an adult and study that. It's painful, but also very rich. I'm very proud of my roots.